everyone, this is Jen here, and I'm bringing you my PLO recap for 5/25. Welcome to the Dollhouse, the spring finale before this couple-month hiatus, and before we get some, not really answers, probably no answers at all, but we can only hope for, in Emerson, please. That too. Alright, so the episode starts off where all the girls are in the van, and they're sitting there talking, and, you know, they got arrested for being accomplices to Mona's murder. Like, they apparently helped out Allie kill Mona, which I'll get into that later, because we all knew. Anyways, well, I don't know, dumb folks don't, but, so anyways, they're riding in the van, and they're all sort of reminiscing, and then, you know, Hannah, since she's such a hardened criminal, she was telling them her experiences in jail and how it makes her feel ashamed, and you get scared and lonely, and because she's an OG now, she's, you know, she's been up in that jail. She knows. She's experienced Orange is the New Black, you know. So she was just telling the girls how it is. There's a little tender Sparia and Hannah moment in the van, and then you hear, and the girls all look crazy, flying around the van because somebody, Black Hoodie, hijacked the van, and then he comes and breaks open the back door, and he lifts up this big gun-looking thing, and he shoots, this, smoke bomb in there that had whatever date rape drug or whatever, because, you know, Mr. Hastings would know that. So anyways, by the time they wake up, they are in exact replicas of their rooms in this big dollhouse, and they all, you know, Spencer wakes up, and she's like, what the fuck is this, and throws this rocking chair through the window, and you can obviously see that it's barricaded by cinder blocks. There's no way to possibly get out. So, from there, the door finally opens to all their rooms, and they meet up in the hallway, and they're like, where the fuck are we? What the hell is this place? So anyways, the little thing's just like, welcome in, bienvenidos, follow the lights. So they go and follow the lights, which leads them to Alison's room. And then you see Alison on the piano with an Alison mask and with blonde hair and everything, playing the piano. And then Emily, she got all excited and was just like, Allie, is that you? And then, no. Bitch pulls the mask off, and it's Mona with blonde hair. That was not a wig. Mona, Janelle, or somebody bleached her damn hair. So anyways, every time that Mona kept referring to herself, I'm like, no, I'm Alison De Laurentiis. Emily just really wanted to just punch her in the face, because she was really hoping that was her boo thing under there. So anyways, all these little notification things go off here and there, and Mona, fake Allie, you know, it's just like, okay, well, we're supposed to go play this game to figure out who our prom dates are, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, Hannah gets mad, and she's just like, well, I'm not doing this, because if you bring Caleb down here, I'm gonna fucking kill you, A. And then A gets pissed off and rings this awful fucking alarm. It's like, ee! And so they have to run into their rooms in order to get the shit turned off. So anyways, Caleb, you know, since all his little hacker skills and stuff like that, he's the one that figures out that, you know, A hijacked the van, but then A fucked up the videotape, so where it's like this little cartoon shit, and they're mocking him. And then the Hastings family obviously knows what's going on now, so they go to visit Alison in jail, which Peter Hastings was a fucking ass. Stop trying to pretend to be friends, blah, blah, blah. And Sasha, even the little amount of time she had in the episode, she absolutely killed it. Every fucking time, I'm telling you. Best Actress Award goes to Sasha. I'm telling you, she was awesome. She is on point. And she broke down crying, and she's just like, she finally said, I know who has them. A does, but I don't know where. I don't know who the fuck that crazy-ass motherfucker is. Pretty much. And so Miss Hastings and Mr. Hastings were just like, well, that was Mona. She was crazy. Remember, we put her in Raleigh. No. Alison's just like, no, somebody else took it. And then they up the stakes because they're fucking psycho, trying to kill people and do crazy-ass shit. So, from there we go. You see the girls, they all get their own little tasks in for prom. Which, oh my god, I thought there was going to be like a Sparia versus Hannah Lee dance-off, or Emily with fake Mona Allison dance, but no, there wasn't. I was actually very disappointed in that. But they each have their own like little task that they need to do. Aria's in charge of music, Hannah's in charge of food, where hold on my phone. Hannah's in charge of food, and she's like, ugh, bitch, fuck you, pretty much, because, you know, hefty Hannah, and just like, that son of a bitch put me in charge of food. So anyways, this is where Spencer's just like, oh, wow, I thought you had a better imagination than this. We need this and this and this to make it all extravagant prom, which, apparently we find out that Charles is the same age as, like, Melissa. He has to be, because that prom was a recreation of the prom that Melissa and Ian had back in 06 or whatever. So I guess I'm the same age as them, because I graduated in 06. But, so anyways, they figure out a way that Mona and Spencer would figure out a way to temporarily shut off the electricity so that they had enough time to try and escape. Which that comes back later. Tanner doesn't... Toby goes to Tanner and just like, hey, look, we found this, we found that. And then Tanner's just like, oh, what a coincidence, blah, blah, blah. Go arrest Caleb. And just some bullshit all over again. Tanner, finally, she fucking comes around when Mr. and Mrs. Hastings go to represent Caleb. And he's just like, well, I could do this and possibly find this and blah, 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 blah. Which they end up finding the location of the van, but they never actually find the girls. They end up finding A's lair, and then Tanner's the one that sees that Mona is still fucking alive by the previously recorded tapes that's in A's lairs. So, I know that Alison is going to get out because Tanner sees firsthand, oh, well, Mona's fucking alive. So, they're going to have to let Alison free because Mona's not fucking dead. So anyways, Melissa calls her mom out of the blue for whatever reason, and then Andrew's sitting there listening in. What the fuck was that about? So anyways, going back to prom, the girls are all dressed up nicely. They have their little scheme planned out and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, Spencer was the one, there's a couple blocks on the mantle, and she figures out the anagram to spell Charles. So, who the fuck is Charles? We don't fucking know. There's never been any indication of a Charles ever. And, well, Marlene did say the great Charlemagne because the root of the word is fucking relevant. Get the fuck out of here. That does not make any goddamn sense. Like, all these elaborate theories of Arya is A and who or whatever is A, and then you get fucking Charles. Whatever. So, anyways, Mona, fake Allie, comes down the stairs, and they're just like, hey, Charles, you should be up here too. Come dance with your date for prom. And then when he finally moves and comes up, they're like, ch-ch-ch, and all the fucking lights go off, and then they take off running and try to escape. Spencer ends up in this, like, memorabilia room or whatever, and then she sees this little tape of Miss De Laurentiis and two little boys, and she tells one of the little boys, hey, come kiss your sister goodnight, or whatever. So, I don't know, some people are trying to say they're doing the twin theory, but I had this crazy idea, because Charles is obviously related to the De Laurentiis family. And then, okay, this is the thing. Nobody ever said, I know that people are automatically assuming that the child that Misty was carrying was Alison. What if it wasn't? Remember, there's this thing about Miss D wanting Bethany to call her aunt? Okay, let's go here for a minute. What if Charles is Bethany's brother? And during that flashback, it was actually Bethany that Misty was holding because she would be her aunt, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, so they could possibly be cousins to the De Laurentiis family. And that's how they're all related. Not necessarily twins or anything. But who knows? But anyways, it comes to the end of the episode where Spencer finally gets out of there and Mona, fake Allie, is just like, oh, he has a soul. Oh my god. Because any psychopath that fucking tried to murder people for whatever fucking reason has a soul. Anyways. So, they end up trying to leave, and they come to this fence. And then they're about to, like, fuck it, I'm about to climb it. But actually, it's electrified. And then this crazy-ass fucking music plays about don't fence me in and some crazy shit. And they're just, the camera pans out and they're just in the middle of fucking nowhere surrounded by a fence. So, that was it. So, Charles is A. I didn't want A to be guy or whatever the fuck, but I guess that's fucking it. And I guess we're going to have to wait till season 6. Maybe I will make a theories video later on, but right now this is just going to be my recap. And y'all just tell me what the fuck you think, because who is Charles? Please, somebody figure the fuck that shit out. Anyways, this is my PLL recap for 5/25. Welcome to the dollhouse. I will see you later. Maybe somewhere down the line where I make a theories video, or beginning of season 6. Which Emerson said, see, I'm getting ahead of myself. Marlene said something about Emerson happening, so. Anyways, I'll see y'all. Bye.